Technology has come a long way since the invention of the first dildo. Now we have computers that can beat chess grandmasters with ease. We have supercomputers that are perpetually decrypting pi. Technology is truly incredible, and we can pretty much do anything imaginable except make me taller. That would take a miracle, or a genie being rubbed out of a lamp with a wish. However, if you tasked a supercomputer to make a better show than Attaway General, that shit would just fucking explode, because it is impossible to make a better show than Attaway General. It is perfection. It'd be like in war games when it deduces that the only way to win is not to play. You can't beat Attaway General. Episode 3, let's get in it.
Stay a little longer, Marty. I just put another song on the jukebox. Wait, I think I have another chord here somewhere.
They found her wandering the intersection, and Christine went to go find anyone that knows her.
I'm just gonna go ahead and rip the band-aid off early. Episode 3 is a bit of a stinker here. It's like a Naruto filler episode. It's all about this lady who has Alzheimer's, and they chase her around the hospital. It's not a whole lot happens, but I'm still gonna show you, just so that way you're up to date on the lore and the character interaction, because it's still important. But we're gonna be checking out 2 episodes here today, 3 and 4.
You're looking for me any moment.
Oh, good. Sasha, I need somebody to babysit a Jane Doe in the ER.
It's supposed to be a bit taboo to be making out with your coworkers, and these two both acknowledge it, like, hey, this is probably going to get us in trouble if we're caught, and then they'll still just sit there and swap spit right in the middle of the entire fucking hospital, and right in front of her sister.
Morale is at an all-time low. We need you back in practice.
Sorry, losing 2 quarts of blood during surgery and getting stuck in here for another week wasn't part of my plan.
Sorry, so crazy. We should be getting ready to win nationals. Now we'll be lucky to even qualify.
I have no idea why this girl keeps visiting the cheerleader in the hospital when all she does is blame her for being injured and remind them that without her, they are now the worst cheerleading squad the world has ever fucking seen. She's like, how dare you tear your Achilles heel? You're so selfish, it's just like you. And now because of you, we're all gonna get fucking wedgies and swirlies by the other cheerleading squads, and they're gonna take a piss in our panties and rub our nose in it, all because you hurt yourself and you're the only one with talent on our squad.
And one that could get me kicked out of this program.
You won't get kicked out. She'll be mad at me.
Can I see this?
They keep reminding each other that if they're caught, they're gonna be in the big, deep stinky with the hospital, because what they're doing is frowned upon. And then in the next scene, they'll be like climbing on top of a fucking patient's bed just to make out on top of them. They'll like bust in during surgery just to kiss each other while handing Dr. Henry a scalpel. Like, you know, and then they act surprised that people are on to their secret. And then, of course, while they're kissing, the lady there runs away. And that's the big plot point, that because of their work romantic relationship here, they cost themselves a potential problem by having the patient run. And that's really all that happens in episode 3. It was just a super fucking boring episode. The lady didn't go far. She went to like a hot dog stand or some shit. I don't remember now. But there just wasn't anything interesting that happened. Now, it would have been cool if she was like a retired Navy SEAL, and then she has like an episode flare-up where she escapes from the hospital bed and starts making improvised weapons. Like she gets a hold of like an empty water bottle and then finds like a Glock in the cabinet somewhere, and she makes a silencer out of it, and it turns into like a fucking Hitman mission. Makes it like maybe even Home Alone a little bit, like booby-trapping the hospital, trying to take care of all the people who she now thinks are terrorists because she doesn't know what's going on. You know, that'd be kind of interesting, right? Then you have this cat and mouse game between the TVs there, like Rosie's slipping and sliding on like soap that she's set up in the hallway, and then she like throws a log with spikes on it to take out some other staff members. Like, that'd be pretty fucking wild. But that doesn't happen. Episode 3 is just really fucking underwhelming, so let's hop in episode 4.
Are you aware that Holden and Sasha have been messing around behind your back? If this continues to happen, there'll be consequences for all of you.
Okay, got it. I will talk to Rosie and we'll figure it out.
Nina, everybody in the hospital knows that Sasha and Holden are kissing. They're kissing everywhere. There isn't a single square foot of that entire fucking building that they haven't kissed in. I wouldn't be surprised to find out that they're making out in the janitor's water bucket when he's trying to mop, and the janitor's upset about it. Like, it's not a very well-kept secret.
Oh my god.
Get an R, prep stat.
What is it? Is it Mom?
It's not Mom, but you shouldn't go. Jamie!
Now, this episode is packing the fucking thunder. Jamie's been in an accident and he got boo-boos on his leg, and it's rough. So that's how we start this bad boy off here. We're going to get a little backstory on Nina and Jamie's relationship, how they've come to know each other. And as you can see, Jamie, he's in rough shape right there. I saw at least 3 scrapes on his leg. They might have to take the entire fucking thing off just to save the rest of his body. Like, it is not good. He must have fallen off of his scooter onto an anthill or something, perhaps. It's bad. Like, it's as bad as it can get. But luckily, Dr. Henry is nearby to rub a little bit of plutonium on it, and I wouldn't be shocked if he even brought out some traditional methods of medicine where he starts, like, getting a stick and rubbing it together to create a fire on the wounds to help cauterize them.
Nice.
Since this is your first offense, and you seem like a nice kid, I'll give you an option. You can either pick up trash by the side of the road, or volunteer at the hospital.
So that's the X-Men origin story of how Nina ended up working at Attaway General because they spray painted a heart on the side of a meth lab or something. I'm really not quite sure. Jamie wasn't caught, it was just Nina. And, you know, it was some pretty hardcore graffiti. Almost seems like entrapment. It looks like it was some kind of fucking sting operation or something from the law enforcement, because the second they painted that heart, cops were right there fucking blaring the sirens. They were ready for action. They knew. Kids must like to spray paint hearts on that wall, and they had enough of it. It's like moths to a flame. Kids love to graffiti that particular area, and the cops must have just been waiting. Yeah, hey kids, look at that wall. Looks like a real innocent wall, huh? Makes you want to just put some spray paint on it, huh? And then they did it, and they're like, fuck it, we're coming in hot. I'm surprised there wasn't one of them leaning out of the window just fucking peppering them, lighting them up. But yeah, that's how she ends up at Attaway General. A pretty cool story, I suppose. A life of high crime before arriving here.
Any news?
There's a lot of internal bleeding and a broken femur. But we're not going to know the full extent of everything until we get in there.
The femur wasn't broken when Jamie arrived. That wasn't the result of the accident. That was Dr. Henry just getting mad and accidentally slamming his hands down on Jamie's lap. Or perhaps Dr. Henry broke the femur just to give himself an extra challenge during the surgery. Dr. Henry has been known to do that. Dr. Henry, of course, is the man who even invented the femur in the first place, so Dr. Henry giveth and Dr. Henry taketh away.
Will you two at least pretend like you're here to work?
Literally nobody is at Attaway General to work. Even Dr. Henry spends half of his screen time flipping through Tinder looking for new women to mash pissers with. So this is Nina having a flashback to when Jamie also volunteered at the hospital to keep her company. And just like everyone else we've ever seen at Attaway General, they just spend their entire time making out. And yeah, that's about it.
How is he?
He is a fighter. We're still going to be in there for a while longer. So why don't you go home? Get some rest.
No thanks.
He's lucky to have you.
It seems like every time Dr. Henry's doing surgery, he finds some excuse to walk away from it. He spends more time during a surgery outside of the surgery room talking to other people. He'll just find any excuse to leave. Like, all right, everyone, put your pencils down. We're doing great work here. Just go ahead and clamp a couple veins or something to keep them alive for a minute. I'm going to go stick a popsicle in my butthole in the bathroom. So I'll be back in like 30 minutes, and then we'll keep going here. He just walks in there, surveys it, takes a couple sniffs. Everything smells good. Keep up the good work. I'm going to go back outside and just kick some mulch around or something. I just don't want to fucking be here. And then Dr. Henry fucking peels out. Like, just, I mean, what's the point? He just leaves for 10 seconds, but says, like, hey, Nina, go home. No, I'm not going home. Okay, I'm going to go back to doing my job and saving this man's life. And then he just goes back in. I don't know. It seems like Dr. Henry doesn't really spend enough time actually doing the surgery that he claims he does.
Nina,
What? What's so wrong with that?
that's too much. It's too much for me.
What are you saying?
Once again, flashing back to her relationship with Jamie, Nina won the scholarship from Attaway General, but instead of accepting it and going away, she decides she wants to stay at Attaway General to be with Jamie, much to Jamie's despair. He does not want her to stay. He's like, can you get the fuck out of here? You know, this is too much for me. Don't you see how busy I am, Nina? I have to make TikTok videos lifting my shirt up for the 11-year-old girls to watch on there. Like, I can't be with you anymore, Nina. Just please accept the scholarship and leave. And this is where they break up because she wants to stay, Jamie wants her to go, and he also wants to be a photographer or something, taking pictures of motorcycles and scooters or whatever. So that's why they're no longer together, and Nina is so mad at Jamie. But yeah, we'll have to wait to the next episode to see if Jamie pulls through after the absolutely catastrophic accident that Jamie had, slipping and falling on a banana peel and scraping his leg. It was rough, but we'll have to see how he does in the next episode. That's it. See ya.